Hey Physique Freaks, how's it going? Scott Tucson on MetabolicMasterpiece.com. It's Monday, October 6th. I am stoked, actually beyond stoked, to start a new workout phase today. It's phase 12 of the aesthetic muscle plan. This month we're doing a body part split. Today we're pairing up chest and biceps. We're training later on this evening at 8 p.m., which is always a little bit tricky for me to kind of manage my nutrition, spread out my meals throughout the day, knowing that I'm gonna have that 300 calorie post-workout shake after the workout. And I've been up since 5 a.m., so I've already had 3 cups of coffee, some warm water with creatine. It's almost 9 a.m. and I'm getting ready to have some breakfast now. So there's a 11-hour split here that I'm trying to space out my meals. A little bit tricky, but the one thing I really like about training in the evening is that I have the entire day's worth of fuel in my body, and I tend to be a little bit stronger in the evenings in many cases. I mean, it's not always the case, but a lot of times I do feel very strong and energized later on in the day. So right now, get ready for some breakfast. I've got 8 egg whites, 1 whole egg, and I fried that up in a teaspoon of coconut oil along with a yellow pepper, some green onions, and a little bit of white onion, yellow onion, whatever the heck you want to call it. And then I got 1/3 cup of oats here along with half a cup of blueberries, and I sprinkled in some cinnamon. So in total, we are looking at just under 450 calories. This is a very hearty and satisfying breakfast. Looking forward to diving into this nice combination of the carbs and the protein. And I will get you behind the scenes for some more footage, the meals that I eat, any other activities that I do throughout the day. But right now I need to go edit some videos for the previous phase of the aesthetic muscle plan. I will catch up with you. So it's time for me to enjoy what's become one of my favorite snacks lately, and that is plain Greek yogurt with frozen strawberries and Nutella. Absolutely freaking awesome. So I use half the container of plain Greek yogurt, that's 250 grams, and 1 cup of frozen strawberries that I put in a separate bowl, put it in the microwave for about a minute to thaw, and that also creates, when it thaws out, there's some juices in there, so that mixes in really well. And I have 2 tablespoons of Nutella that I mix in first with the Greek yogurt. It's a little thick at first, but you just stir it around, it becomes nice and creamy, add some great flavor to the Greek yogurt, mix that in with strawberries, and it's absolutely freaking delicious. We're looking at about 425 calories. You could reduce it by 100 calories if you only use 1 tablespoon of Nutella, and that works out just as fine as well. There's plenty of times where I've done that, where I don't want quite as many calories in the snack. Works out really, really well. But when I have the opportunity, the room to fit in that extra tablespoon of Nutella, you better believe I'm gonna get it in there. So I'm gonna go enjoy this, and I'll get back to you soon. Good boy. All right, dinner, we got Chief's favorite. Right, Chief? You love it?
Yes.
Porky the pig kebabs.
Oh, Porky the pig?
Pork chops, homemade fries, and broccoli.
My piggy brother, piggy.
What'd you think about that?
Oh, that sounds good. I love pigs. Oh, it's a good trip. I love pigs.
All right, so here we are kicking off phase 12 of the aesthetic muscle plan, and for this phase we are working in some Myo-reps of various rep ranges depending on the exercise. For the decline bench press, we're aiming for 6 to 8 reps on this initial activation set. We're going to be resting for 15 seconds between sets, and each set after that is a Myo-rep set, and we're aiming for 2 reps on those sets. And we're going to keep going until I can only do 1 rep. If I can only do 1 rep for that Myo-rep set, then the exercise is done and we move on, and that's it. So we're not going to repeat this anymore. We'll move on to the next exercise. So a little bit of trial and error this first week. Ideally, you want to be able to get 10 reps in total during those Myo-rep sets. So you got the initial activation set of 6 to 8, and then I'm doing 2, 2, 2, 2 until I can only get 1 rep per set. And those 2, 2, 2s should ideally add up to at least 10 repetitions. This first week on the program, I only got in 7 reps, so I did 3 sets of 2, and then on the 4th set I could only get 1 rep in there. So I'm going to make some modifications. I mean, you can rest up to, especially when the loads are heavy like this, up to 30 seconds rest is fine, it's acceptable. If you're going with lighter loads and higher reps on the initial activation set, then you'll want to keep the rest periods to a minimum, like 10 to 15 seconds would be great for that. So we're debating about playing around with it. Do we rest a little bit longer next week and try to get in more sets, or should we reduce the weight a little bit and see if that has much of an impact? Instead of going for 6 reps on the first set, do 8 reps and then see if that has a bit of a difference. So a little bit of trial and error. I'm leaning more towards having just a little bit more rest in there and see if I can do it and see if I can progress as the weeks go on. And so for other exercises, we aim for 10 to 12 reps on that first set and then go for like 3, 3, 3 or 4, 4, 4 afterwards. So it's a lot of fun. I find it very, very effective. Part of the workout, so we're doing chest and buys today. We did do some Myo-reps for our biceps as well. But here we're doing a superset. We really like this machine preacher curl. I mean, I didn't like it initially when I first joined the gym, but I find that the tension all the way through the movement is fantastic. We get a lot of this, and we're supersetting it with some hammer curls. So all in all, just an excellent workout. Lasted about 60 minutes. Grabbed a post-workout shake afterwards, 300 calories, and at the end of the day, I ended up just below 2,000 calories. Really happy. Rick and I are both, we're getting laser focused right now. Rick's got some trips coming up, so we're both looking at dialing things in and getting crazy freaking shredded, and I look forward to sharing more videos with you tomorrow.